I'm addicted to truth and to sharing it with you. And that's the truth. The more I read and the more I listen to videos from Gabor Mate on addiction, and the more I listen to him on trauma, the more I realize there is absolutely no question that I am addicted to truth. I must have the truth, and I must share it. I can't keep it to myself. There's no reason to keep it to myself other than the fact that I have to have it. But I have to have it because I have to be able to answer your questions, whatever your questions are. I have to be able to answer them with whatever truth I'm able to scrape up from wherever I'm able to find it. No matter how much people hide it. Isn't it sad that so many feel like pulling the wools over your eyes, pulling the bus out from under you, scamming you, frauding you, cheating you? That's how they get ahead. They have to step on your back like the narcissists. The narcissists are so bad about that. Oh my God, you can't even begin to imagine unless you've ever known a narcissist. The only way they feel good is when they step on your back. It's so sad because I just feel like I want to go around picking those people up and saying, no, you don't have to do this. You're worthy. You have a reason for being on this planet. You have people who love you and people who want you to be healthy and happy. And no, according to Mate, it's not just happiness we're looking for. Because happiness, as it's described in this modern world, is a house with every modern facility, granite countertops, lots of utilities, air conditioned. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And guess what? It hurts. Nature. He says we are the only animal who destroys our own home. Our own environment, we destroy it. It's true. What he says in life we need is what I think I have. If you ask me, that's what I'll tell you. I'm content. I am so content because I look out around this land and I don't think of it as not mine. I rent it, it's mine. And he lets me plant all the flowers and vegetables and everything I want. And then, recently he brought me 4 bulls, 4 little baby bulls. They're only a year old and they're so tiny and they're so cute, and I just love watching them. When they walk out and there's all kinds of trees down there, just tons of shade. And when they walk out to get water, I get to see them, and it just, I don't understand it because I certainly don't eat cows and I don't pet cows, but just the idea that there's those great, big, strong animals out there and a few feet away from me, grazing and getting grain and grass and happiness, and they're content. They have what they need. So why shouldn't I be content? Because too much of life is lies. And that's why I'm doing a series on rape, because typically people are raped because of lies. They lie to themselves, the rapists that is, that somehow overpowering someone else, male or female, doesn't really matter. It depends on what their desire is, what their addiction is, that somehow then they're better. There's a little bird up there talking to me right now. I mean, the wonder of life. How can we find negativity? How can we be comforted by negativity? I don't understand. Because my addiction is truth. I just want to find truth. And it's hard. Gosh, I mean, so many people lie to us. It's like House said, everybody lies. Well, how do you find the truth? You research. And that's why very late in life, I learned how to research. And yeah, it was hard and was expensive, but you know what? It gives me a sense of purpose, satisfaction, contentment, because now I know how to research. I know the different ways of looking at things. I know how to figure out when things are not true. There are red flags that go up that I wouldn't have seen before. It's very content producing. It really is. Because when I seek the truth, it's with a force. Like he says, like Gabor Mate says, it's a craving that you can't hold back. It hits you so hard. Gotta know. I need to know right now. And I can't find it. It keeps me from falling asleep. And it's the first thing I think of in the middle of the night. My bladder is telling me I have to get up, but my brain is telling me I need to find the truth. And I seek it. I seek it so many places, in so many ways of forming my words. And yeah, AI helps, but AI helps. It points me in some of the directions. It reminds me of some things I may have forgotten to look at, but it doesn't give me the truth because it may not have it. Do you think of that? It may not have it. If all these people who are programming it aren't giving it the truth, it doesn't have the truth. It doesn't know how to distinguish truth from lies. It spits back what has been given. And you know what? What we've been given is a lot of lies. And I want the truth. I want to know, I want to understand what goes on in the mind of someone who rapes another person as a way to satisfy their addiction. I want to know how to help someone who's been the victim of a rape overcome that, especially because so often society wants to blame the victim when actually they're both victims. The rapist is a victim of somehow being raised in such a way that there is this incredible fury or frustration at having had no power or control over things around the person. And the rape victim is stuck trying to figure out how to overcome that trauma, especially because there is so much negativity towards the victim after they've been raped. Was it really a rape? Are you sure? I mean, come on. Why? If we had been hit by a car, would they ask us if we purposely put ourselves in that position? Before they took us to the hospital, would that be the question? After they took us to the hospital, would that be the question? after they said we probably wouldn't make it because so many parts of our body were blown apart? Would that be the question? I don't think so. I think the rape victim, oh, did you wear something that made you enticing? That doesn't have anything to do with rape. Rape isn't about pleasure. Rape's about control. Chronic addicted rapists are about control. Young boys who spout forward is about lack of control. And it's true. I've done so much reading on that. I wanted to understand. 18 to 24, boy. Now actually 14 to 24. Boys are just old faithful in Yellowstone National Park. Every 38 minutes they spout, whether they want to or not. There's not really an ability to overcome it so much as far as I can tell. Their testosterone levels are so high. It's a strange, strange thing to sit and analyze what's really going on. But what's really going on for me is I want to know the truth. Why did this happen? Why do people not believe the female or the male victim? Why do people not seem to be willing to prosecute the abuser? And why was the abuser locked into that sort of behavior? There's so many aspects, and that's why I adore reading Gabor Mate, or I adore listening to his lectures, because he looks at the whole person from birth to death and all the different behaviors that occur. For me, it's just tremendously fascinating. You know, I studied special education, and I worked with second language learners, except for one. I was always working with second language learners. And there's this really strange combination of things that goes on when you're you don't understand the language, and you don't understand the culture, and you do understand the disability, and you can't explain it to the mother, and oh my gosh, there's just so many aspects to it that it's absolutely not boring. I have decided very early in life that the most important thing in my life was not to be bored. And that's the truth. I am a workaholic. I've always been a workaholic. But it was because my parents told me I'd never amount to a hill of beans. Enough is never enough, so I'm a workaholic. But I've accepted it. I'm also an idealist because my parents brought me up to always tell the truth. And the military always said, always tell the truth. Always respect authority. It was just beat into me, beat. And my body was ready to accept it. My mind was ready to accept it. I accepted that that was the world, because between the ages of 1 and 5, all I knew was my parents. I didn't have relatives or friends or anything to be around. I was either on the farm or traveling around and moving every month or so. How was I supposed to know? What I learned was what they wanted to give me. I had very little influence from teachers until I was about 9. And between 5 and 9, I was sick all the time with rheumatic fever. I had rheumatic fever from age 5 to age 9. So I was a sponge taking what they told me deep into the cells of my being. And so now, when I spit back, that's my addiction. I've got to know the truth. And because I'm a teacher, I have to share the truth. And I want to share the truth. And I want you to have the truth. And I want you to make up your own mind. I don't want to tell you what to do. I just want to tell you what I know. There's a big difference. What I know, you get to analyze for yourself. I'm not telling you what to do. You can do whatever you want to do. But you need to have the most information possible. And that's my job. Think of it, dear. Okay? Got that? You can leave messages here, or you can meet me at school. I have free courses, free registration, and free time with me to discuss whatever's on your mind, whatever question you have. I am happy to answer your questions. If I know, if I don't know, I'll look it up, and then when I find the answer, I'll tell you. Because that's who I am, and that's what I do. Thank you for putting up with me.